This is iBergamot with S&P 500 price movement analysis for the week ended September 9, 2016, based on CSI, Composite Score Indicator. Composite Score Indicator is a dynamic numerical indicator which I developed to let me figure out when to buy and when to sell any kind of actively traded security. Specifically, this is S&P 500 index based on SPY, S&P 500 ETF. This particular CSI trend started on a week of Brexit in June 27. It was a +9 big change up signal candle. It was a big reversal candle with the buy triggered right above the high of that candle the following week, and that week was a valid buy which validated this big change up and produced a trend, a valid trend that lasted 3 weeks, never gave any kind of sell signals or didn't cut the lows until it went into correction, and this correction produced actually higher prices, which is not uncommon. It's not very uncommon, but it happens. My last video was for the week of August 22nd, when we had -7 big change down signal, and based on the rules of CSI, the stop needs to be placed right underneath the low of that candle. I explained in that video that I will not be taking this stop even if it gets triggered, because I think there are higher prices ahead. I have running position in double leveraged S&P 500 ETF SSO, which remains open even now, even though we had a big down week last week. Now, this particular CSI trend concluded on the week of August 29 with an off signal. Off signal registered on the close of that week, on a Friday close, at 218.37, and next week we had a little bit higher prices, and then S&P 500 collapsed at the end of the week. If one would buy S&P according to CSI trend from here to off signal, it's about 3.5% profit, and you know, if you go with double or triple leverage, it will be more in about 2 months, which is you know, it's fantastic considering that historical returns of S&P 500 is about 10% a year. You go with UPRO, your year is done in 2 months during the summertime when nothing's supposed to happen. Now, a lot has been happening this summer. This trend was market-wide. Everything went on a plus big change up signal on the week of 6/27 on Brexit. We had some trends, particularly I was making an example out of Industrials XLI ETF, which had sell all 11 sell signal on 7/11, and then another sell signal, sell first 9 on the week of 8/15, and now it had 2 big change downs, and I think next week it will go off. I mean, we had big change downs on a whole bunch of ETFs. 6 of them is in correction. The 2 that gave buy signals a week ago got cancelled. They never triggered. The price on something that went a little bit higher and immediately collapsed. S&P 500 is off, and you know, when it's white, there is no signal. There is not every bar supposed to carry meaningful information. Some are just nothing, and we have 6 sectors in correction with big change down, and 4 sectors off. I want to point out, a few weeks ago I made this video. It was for the week of August 15 to 19, and I was talking about XLI, the ETF for the industrial sector. Let's listen for a second. All right, so it was a good idea to get out at 59. Clearly, this thing gave several opportunities even after that video that I made to get out at 59, and now it collapsed on Friday, and I think it's reasonable to assume that the whole market will make probably a series of lower lows somewhere, maybe not right away, but this big candle, I don't know if it's a beginning of something, but one great thing about CSI indicator, it doesn't let you to buy the bottom. It doesn't tell you where the bottom is, but it will never let you buy the top, because based on traditional technical analysis, this is a bull market. We're at all-time highs. We're making a good push higher. We're consolidating sideways. Let's buy it. Let's go balls to the wall bullish. Buy everything inside. Boom! Immediately you have losses. This is just S&P 500. If you look at it market-wide, I show New York Stock Exchange advanced decline issues, but not in a cumulative way that they strangely make some kind of a slopes. It's confusing to me. This is a moving average of advanced decline issues daily. If it stays above zero, this is how I use it. If it stays above zero, it's bullish. See? It's bullish. If it stays above zero, at least it's not falling. If it stays above zero, we have a big bull market. And if it doesn't stay above zero, if it stays below it, we're in a world of pain, and it's not okay to buy stocks. It's not okay. It's dangerous to buy stocks when it's this low. But it gives us great bottoming indicator. When this 20-period moving average of New York Stock Exchange advanced decline issues makes lows in 700, 600 range, it's a great buying opportunity. You just go and you close your eyes and you buy the spikes down, or if you need to get out, you sell these spikes up. And I mean, this one, the bottom here, this is New York Stock Exchange Composite. All the issues that were traded on New York Stock Exchange were in a bear market for almost a year, regardless of what you see in popular averages. It's been a bear market up until the beginning of this year. Now, it's been very nice ever since, and we had just a couple of little spikes under the zero line, which proved to be beautiful buying opportunities, and I used some of them, not the last one, because I was already invested nicely. We may be having another one right here. That is hard to say, because my advanced decline indicator does not have predictive powers. It just shows you what is. It doesn't tell you the future at all. Maybe this is all the retracement that we're gonna get, and today on Monday I've seen already market dropped a little bit and then rallied a bit, and it will probably drop somewhat, who knows. I mean, we can go from here, we can go all the way down to 1600 and then rally. That would make a beautiful buying opportunity, just what the doctor ordered somewhere here. I don't know if we're gonna get here. We just have to, next week I will revisit this indicator and talk a little bit more about it. My advanced decline indicator may prove to be very useful in immediate, very soon, maybe another week or 2 weeks of this. Maybe this is it. Stay tuned for the next videos. Please visit my YouTube channel. I will try to put these updates in the beginning of every week if I have something meaningful to say. This CSI trend is over, and now we're waiting for new CSI trend, which will give us new hope, lots of things to do, things to buy, money to make, and hopefully for a good Christmas season after all. Thank you very much.